conversation about Alexander the Great. And we got so into it, but then it had to be disrupted. And I said, you know what? We cannot keep this conversation inside this car. We must share it with the world. So I present to you Mr. Khalid the Wizard.
Uh, yes, thank you, uh, Abdul Khalid. And I'm going to begin with the origin, the birth, the heritage, or the family legacy of Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great, he was the offspring of Herodias, the daughter of Herod in the Bible, who's referred to as the king of and the ruler of Rome. Rome, and at the time of the birth of Jesus, he is the one that wanted to kill Jesus at birth. This is Herodias' father. Herodias is her daughter. She's going to marry King Philip of Egypt, a Gentile. However, Herodias and her father, King Herod, they are Jews. They are Edomites. They are Edomites are Arab. Today, what we consider descendants uh, in terms of the Palestinians, their ancestors. However, King Philip was a Gentile of Greek origin, and Herodias married him. In the biblical text, they the term tetrarch. Tetra is a Greek numerical expression, means four, and arch is talking about rule, power, ruler. So the tetrarch means that this is four rule, and this family they had cornered the power structure at the time, which means they had cornered the four markers of power: military, political, in terms of two nations, Greece and Rome. That's where you get your Greco-Roman Empire, because they was united in callous as one because of this uh, intermarriage. And when you speak about the other two, that would be Pontius Pilate, who were the governor of Jerusalem. Then you get the commander, military power, which is the daughter of Herodias, who, if you read John the Baptist and know his uh, status in this event, is that his head was ordered on a silver platter, chopped off, because he protested against Herodias for whoremongering.
Whoremongering.
Well, she committed incest,
Oh,
adultery.
okay.
And King Philip was John the Baptist's good friend. And John the Baptist didn't like the idea that Herodias had his best friend killed.
Which was Philip? Herodias had
Yes,
Philip killed.
yes.
Okay, go ahead.
This event was taken at test by Herodias due to the fact that she wanted to be an empress. She was a queen, but an empress is a higher position. So she wanted more power. In order for her to be an empress, she had to have King Philip kill a non-Jew who was her husband, and she was going to marry her own relative, her own brother. And when she married her own brother, she could be empress.
What?
Yes, they practiced incest back then. And incest was heavily practiced by the royal
It
family.
still is today, don't you think?
Yes, and this is what caused royal rumbles throughout history: incest. Family Feud.
Family Feud.
Yes, sex. A lot of sex. You know that Helen and Troy?
Mm-hmm.
If it's because of a sex act. Sex, a woman, Troy. You know, Helen,
Yeah.
the the Greek.
Yeah. What happened with Helen?
Well, Hester's brother had took her and wanted her for himself. She is supposed to belong to the Greek general.
Mm-hmm.
This general said, "You took my my woman." Hester's name was Persian. So Helen Troy is the Greek in the Persian War, going back to the time of Achilles.
That all started because of a woman.
Yeah, most of the wars is because of sex, including the Islamic war with the accusing of Ali and Aisha. And that's what caused the Shiite, gave birth to the Shiite, the split in the Muslim, Prophet Muhammad's Ummah,
Because of a woman.
because of that complaint. And yes, because of the woman. Yeah, the Prophet's wife, Aisha.
Why
Yeah.
is everything the woman's fault?
It's not that it's the woman's fault, but like I said, what caused most of the bloodbath throughout history is money, sex, and what else?
Religion.
Well, religion is not the major politics.
Money, sex, power.
Yes, power, politics, political, desire for political power. Yeah.
Why?
Religion
I
didn't,
don't understand why sex got to be wrapped up in that. It just seems awkward, out of place.
because in order for you to unite two nations, marriage. In order to unite tribes, it ends wars or it can start war. It was marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And it brought tribes together. Tribes made nations. And it brought nations together, and that made, it brought peace. Marriage brought peace.
And marriage
It stopped
caused
the war.
wars.
A lot of times wars was going on before the marriage. Marriage ended the damn war.
Give me an example of that. A marriage that ended a war.
Okay. When you read the history of Solomon
Of Sodom?
and David, that's what they married. That's why they had all these wives.
Wait, David and who?
That's why the kings had so many wives. They, when they had, when they was warring with these tribes, they were married and they were in the war. David, now remember, David had blood on his hand.
Because he had Uriah killed because he wanted Uriah's wife Bathsheba, right?
That had nothing to do with in the war. That was
No,
just,
it didn't.
That's the Bible line on David.
The Bible was lying on David.
Not the Bible line, but the Bible recorded the lies that was told against the prophets.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Jesus said you lied on the prophets of old.
Okay.
And you lied on my father Abraham. Now you lied on me. If as I now speak, you dispatch the message in my name, saying I sent thee. So Jesus warned everybody, ain't nothing going to come after him but lies and murders in his name, saying I sent thee. I sent no one in my name. So you'll be getting number of lies and hypocrites after Jesus. And Jesus said, pray to God that you send that prophet quick. The promised prophet,
Mm-hmm.
that would come after Jesus said, send him quick so you can clear my name. And the people who come in the name of Jesus, and then Jesus also said that those who call him Lord on his return, there are going to be many calling me Lord. He said, and he's going to say, Lord, Lord, did we do this in your name? I did that, cast out demons and all this. Jesus is going to say, get away from me, you lying hypocrite. I never knew you.
Yeah.
So anybody who today, after Jesus, I don't give a damn how many Christians there is. If any one of them calling Jesus their Lord, God, and Savior, that's the reason Jesus got to return, to condemn them and going to be at war with them. This is true. Jesus don't want nobody calling him Lord. You dishonor Jesus.
By calling him Lord.
Calling him God. Lord is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Help means Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Lord is okay because Lord also means rank. It means noble.
Mm-hmm.
And it means honor. That's what Lord means. Like the Lords of London. They're nobleness. So man been called Lord. Solomon called it, you call people Lord. But when you say God, use my Lord, God and personal. You're my Lord and God and personal Savior. That's what the Christians oath and decree is. So Jesus, God preserved Jesus. He wouldn't allow nobody to kill him. Yeah, did they kill? No. Jesus, the Quran said, go back to the book, your own book, look in it. Yes, there are voices that saying somebody killed an instrument, but who is those voices? Who said that? One Mary, one Joseph, one his family. Not even Jesus himself said anybody killed me. Jesus' words is the opposite.
He
No
laid
man,
down his
no,
life.
no man took my life. No man took my life.
Yeah,
The
laid it
Quran said,
down.
go back and you'll see that we already told you no man killed Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So go back to your book and look again and get the words of Jesus and believe Jesus and Jesus only. Screw all them other people
Mm-hmm.
in that book. Those are just other voices,
Mm-hmm.
voicing their opinions. Jesus'
Mm-hmm.
voice is absolute. That man lived and said, no man took my life.
He laid it down.
Said God raised him up unto himself. God himself raised Jesus up. And then you read where God raised Jesus up. He said Jesus raised himself. He said God raised him up.
Mm-hmm.
Who is God? Jesus the Father. Who is the Father? What the Father mean? Get another meaning. Father don't just mean offspring. Don't look at Jesus as Father as offspring. Look at it in this sense. Father got other meanings. Look at that Father means creator, founder
Mm-hmm.
of this whole universe. So
Mm-hmm.
that's, and kill it. Because that's the only way you're supposed to see God. And don't never see Jesus in that particular sense. And definitely don't see him as in the sense that Pharaoh and all them saw
Mm-hmm.
themselves. Because Jesus called and was sent to the Jew and the Jew only. And all that other lingo that Paul and them preach, that's from that Jesus said, Elijah's gonna come after me and the hypocrites. And they're gonna come in his name saying he sent them. So after Jesus ain't sent nobody. He told them people, his Jews, he said, I was sent to the Jew and the Jew only.
Mm-hmm.
And told the Jews to go tell other Jews in what? Go tell Jews in every tribe. Go tell Jews in these tribes in every nation. And these nations is all over the world. So go to the world. First the language said go to the tribes. Then the book was upgraded to the language of nations.
Mm-hmm.
Then the book was upgraded to the language of the world. So who is these disciples to go to? Jews and Jews only. Nobody else. No Gentiles, just Jews. Because Jesus' mission was telling me strictly for the Jews and the Jews only, nobody else. It was Paul and them who went out there spreading that crap. Paul and the hypocrites, the people who was anti-Jesus after Jesus gone, now they pro-Jesus.
Now, did you say Paul did not start or he's not the founder of Antioch?
No,
You were
Paul is
saying
not the founder of Antioch. If you look, it was Seleucus Nicator,
Seleucus
a
Nicotown.
general who was of the Alexandria military.
Okay. So he was good friends with Alexander the Great?
He was a general.
General.
See,
Yeah.
Alexander had followers. They're called the Alexandrites.
Mm-hmm.
And the city of Alexandria is in Egypt.
Right.
Named in honor of Alexander because he defeated the Darius, the king of Persia, who was ruling the Egyptians. And the Egyptians was happy to be liberated from his tyrannical and cruel rulership.
Mm-hmm.
The Egyptian was happy that Alexander the Great did this, so they honored him with the city called Alexandria in his honor. And they honored him and gave him the treatment that pharaohs get. He wasn't used to that.
Wasn't Alexander the Great Greek?
He was Greek, but Alexander the Great, remember, I told you that the empire of Rome was united
Right.
because of
Greco-Roman.
family. Herodias,
Family.
the daughter of Herod.
Uh-huh.
Herod, the king of Rome, who wanted Jesus dead,
Mm-hmm.
tried to kill him.
Right.
However, in time, Herod had a daughter, Herodias. She
Mm-hmm.
married King Philip of Greece. This united the two. This
Okay.
gave birth to the Greco-Roman,
Empire.
yes, and brought
Gotcha.
them into, you could say, intersect. But intersect.
Mm-hmm. Intersect.
Yeah, intersect. So that's the title. This is what you read in history. You read Greco-Roman.
Mm-hmm.
They call it Greco-Roman because
Now wait a minute. I thought it was Pontius Pilate that
no,
sent out the order to kill every child under the age of 2.
no. Pontius Pilate was the governor. He was never a king. Pontius Pilate was the governor
Oh, okay.
not a king. He was the governor of Jerusalem.
Right, and it was the king, so it must have been Herod. Yeah.
It was King
Well,
Herod.
what was his role? Pontius Pilate.
He was the
It's
governor.
something.
He
Yeah, I
was
know he was the governor,
his
but he's
role.
something
Jesus,
in the
no, the
Bible.
Jews came to him and said that we want uh, him to sign. Remember the decree for Jesus' death, for them to kill Jesus, because the Jews had found him guilty. He was judged. Remember, he came and they said that we want you to. Uh, they wanted him to pass judgment on Jesus for them to sign a decree. So Jesus said they wanted him to judge him in terms of his court. He said he didn't break Rome's law; he broke your law. He said you have the autonomy; you could do that yourself. That's your law he broke. He didn't break Rome's law. We can't get in my coat
Right.
and have me to judge according to your law. Say I'm for Rome, not no damn Judaism or your scheme you got going on. so they so they said, okay, we'll be back. They went down. They went. Remember when they took Jesus? They took Jesus in the wee hours of the night.
Yeah.
They snatched him up out of his bed. It was 4 soldiers.
Yeah.
4 of them. They snatched Jesus up out of his bed. Wee hours of the night, everybody asleep. They're gonna have a midnight coat on him. Ain't nobody there but the 4 people who and the judge.
Right.
So they brought Jesus. It's a kangaroo coat, by the way.
Oh, made out of kangaroo?
No. You know what a kangaroo coat is?
No.
Okay.
Never heard of a kangaroo coat.
I'll explain later on. That's modern term. But we call it a kangaroo coat today. The style, the way it went down, we call it a kangaroo coat today. What had happened, they went and got Jesus out of his bed, jacked him up, and they brought him to Herod first. King Herod.
Right.
Knocked on this man door. Man got up. What's going on? Said, we got him. Said, who? Jesus of Nazareth. Said, who the hell is that? What's up with him? Well, he declared himself to be king of the Jews. Why did they bring him to Herod? They couldn't bring nobody but Herod. That's Herod's law. Say, Herod, the king of the Jews, is king of all Jews. And the king of all Rome and every damn thing, everybody, including you Jews. They said, so Herod said, law says that anyone, any other body who declares himself king is violates my law is to be put to death.
Right.
We tolerate no other king. I'm the only king that you better recognize me. I'm it. This man jealous of his position. He got a law to kill your butt. Challenge his power. So they charged Jesus in front of Herod's face, jacking him up. Herod seen Jesus for the very first time. Didn't quite know who the hell the man was. And the Jews said, he broke your law. He declared himself the king of the Jew. He said he's the king of the Jew. So Herod said, oh yeah? Well, come on in. Oh, are you the king of the Jew? Jesus said, Jesus looked at him. He didn't say nothing. He said, well, where is your kingdom? Jesus said, my kingdom is not of this world. a king with no kingdom? Not of this world? Well, shit me. So I be reading the Bible. It's funny to me, like a comic book.
Like a comic book.
so Jesus said. So Herod said, "Well, are you the king? Are you a king?" So Jesus said, pointed to the 4 fools about it, said, "They said I am."
They said I am.
There was the opposite. I didn't know nothing about the other king of the 10 everybody. I mean, damn. They very well said it. So Jesus, Herod turned to the 4 fools about it and said, "Is this your king?" They say, "Why we recognize no other king than you, Caesar?" They can't just change the squint snap. "Why we recognize no other king than you, Caesar?" I know damn well you better well be. So So Herod played with Jesus, put a crown on his head, and slapped him a little bit, smite him, put a thorn across his head. They show you blood dripping out with the
Yeah.
thorn sticking in. And so like he tortured Jesus a little bit and toyed with him and played with him. Then Jesus, Herod finally said, get this man out of my courtroom. I find no fault with him. this must be some kind of joke, or he must be on crack, or I don't know what.
You trying to tell me they had crack back in those days?
Yeah, every damn thing back there. Ain't shit new.
Ain't shit new.
so, so Herod didn't find no fault with him. So they take Jesus, wake him up again. This time they take him to Pontius Pilate. So they tell Pontius Pilate, he said he's the king of the Jews. Say, what the hell you bringing me for? Then you taking Herod? Yeah, we taking Herod. But what did Herod say? Herod say he found no fault with him. Well, Herod found no fault, but I found no fault with him. Get this damn man. They tell us, wait a minute. You better find fault with it, because if we don't, we're going to take your ass to Herod. Tell Herod you collaborate with it. But I said, oh, wait a minute. Okay. It sounded like somebody going to blackmail him. Turncoat, all this kind of shit. He said, I'll tell you what. You get a charge on him and come back if you can find a charge that I can hang him. You know, I signed that tip. See, because they want Jesus dead.
Mm-hmm.
First attempt was before Herod. Remember the money?
What money? In the
Remember,
church?
Yeah. Remember Jesus was supposed to speak. He was up on the podium. I don't know how well y'all were versed in the Bible. But I've been reading Bibles for a long time. And because my mother, you know, they preachers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from preacher father preacher. So Jesus was supposed to speak on the podium. So when Jesus got ready to come out, and before he opened his damn mouth, there was a Jew down there, a Pharisee, and that was Roman soldiers. You know, a lot of times people, there's going to be a speaking engagement. Sometimes the soldiers always want to monitor that.
Yeah.
And make sure the crowd control and all that stuff. Things don't get out of whack. Somebody make some rhetorical remark inside a riot. You know, so anytime somebody wants to speak, that's what they do. So it's because it's public. So involve the public. But soldiers are gonna be involved. So the soldiers right now keeping the peace. Got no problem with Jesus speaking about know what the hell Jesus gonna say. Never did know. They give him a chance. So anyway, Jesus come out to make his address. Before Jesus get one word out, that was a Roman soldier. I'm sorry, a Pharisee, lawman down there. And he told the Roman soldier, he said, he pointed. He told her, he touched him, soldier. Look! Pointed at Jesus. As soon as Jesus came, he said, look! Pointed. Soldier looked around. And before the soldier could see what the hell he was talking about, he said, look, King of the Jews, King of the Jews. Soldier looked around as if to say, where?
Yeah, where's the king? I always say
So,
king of the Jews.
And the Bible said Jesus had vamoose, so he vanished. He disappeared. It was a setup.
Like Prince? Poof.
Yeah, like somebody set you up to speak.
Yeah.
And then they're going to do some dumb stuff like that. And the book said Jesus disappeared quick because he realized the setup. Said Jesus vamoose, he disappeared. And the soldier didn't see nothing. He didn't see nobody. Well, they told you on crack. You all right? What the hell you talking about? King of the Jews. What damn king? I ain't know the Jews had a new damn king. That's Caesar's law. So they tried to set him up then with breaking Caesar's law. So that's why they had to get Jesus in court and take him to Caesar.
Right.
So now in the second hand, now comes the coin. Jesus.
The coin?
Yeah, the coin.
Go ahead.
So Jesus was again in a crowd, and they one of the men come there and asked Jesus, the soldiers right there. They always make sure that the soldiers there, the rest of the official. So the Pharisee come out. Good master. He had a coin in his hand. Who should we pay tithes to? In front of the soldier. So Jesus said,
Caesar.
So Jesus said, who faces on that damn coin? That man said, why, it's Caesar. He said, then surrender to Caesar. What Caesar? 3 things Caesar kill you about. his goddamn position and his damn money. So they could get him on neither. They tried, they failed. So now they gonna got one last chance. They got to get Jesus on their own law, on their own terms, and they got to get him in their own court. Then they could come back with a decree and have Pontius Pilate sign it, saying that he broke our law that constitutes death, but only Caesar could sign death warrants. And a lot of times Caesar might want to hear the case before he decreed it. But anyway, in this case, but in this time the governor could sign it because it's in Jerusalem and they had autonomy. So that gave the governor the power to sign it. But Caesar only kill you if you break Caesar's law, Rome's law. But if you break Jewish law, religious law, then the governor, you take that to the governor. Now, Caesar got nothing to do with that. So what happened, they said, well, we got to get him and have the state, Jerusalem as a state, city-state, the governor has the power to kill him. So we're going to get him on our law. Because for breaking Jewish law, he can be killed if that law constitutes death sentence. So they said, okay, let's get Jesus on this. They went and snatched that brother out of his bed. Wee hours of the night. Kangaroo coat. And in this kangaroo coat, you know what I mean? But before I go on, I'll tell you, but I'm going to tell you now what a kangaroo coat is. Okay. Kangaroo coat is when the damn lawman arrests your ass. Yeah. Say like the sheriff. And he's sheriff of the town. You know, sheriff got a lot of power. Yeah. So, but the sheriff can also is in a uniform with a badge. This happened to me in Ithaca, New York. First time I ever experienced a kangaroo court in real life. I was in Ithaca, New York. The police pulled me over, and I was out driving. So, actually, I wasn't driving. The Muslim brother was driving, named Eddie. But he checked him out and checked me out. The sheriff did. In Ithaca, New York, the sheriff is small, and the sheriff got a lot of power. So much power till you'll see, you're going to understand real quick. He pulled me over, the same damn identical sheriff, pulled me over, us over. He said, well, you got no license? You automatically going to jail. Driving in New York with no license. He said, what about you? I said, well, I got license. He said, how long you been in New York? I said, I know the law. If you there 60 or 90 days, you better get driver's license. So, but my license, Florida license. Right. He looked at, he said, you got a license? Yeah, he looked at, you Florida license. He said, how long you been in New York? I said, about 30 days. A month. I lied because I had a job. Right. I was working. I had been there minimum statute of limitation. Oh, okay. The minimum. Right. That says that after that, you're going to be here that day, you better go and get some license. Right. So I lied because I knew the law. So the man said, okay. He started searching the car. He looking all through the car, trying to see what he see in the crack, weed in the damn thing that he could put ass be put on, looking at the tires, his got ball tires. I mean, he looking for all kind of tires. Right. He didn't find none, but he found something that gonna see that I broke Florida law and I should have had driver's license. He found a check stub. A check stub? With my name on it. Matching my license. And he said, wait a minute. He said, it's your check? I said, yeah. He said, it's a paycheck. I said, yeah. He said, you told me you've been in New York 30 days. Uh-oh. He said, this damn check said you've been there 9 days. He said, New York law says in 9 days you should have done got your damn driver's license, boy. God damn it, you are under arrest for breaking such and such a statute, such and such. He wrote that shit down. Gave me a ticket. But he took both our ass to jail. Had our car towed in. So we was up on the highway. This sheriff took us and put in his goddamn jail. He got his own goddamn jail. He controlled the jail.
Wow.
He controlled the traffic. He controlled every shit that comes to
In
New York.
Ithaca. Yeah.
So he do it himself. He got about a little small. It's one of these little small towns like we got a town in Miami. Uh, it's so damn small till they only need about one sheriff, and he might have two deputies, and they can run that whole damn small town because that's how small it is. They don't need all them damn deputies. So anyway, what happened? To make a long story short, this particular incident says that this sheriff had us in his jail. He had two deputies. Yeah, one of the deputies said, "Go get him." He said, "You go and continue running traffic, monitoring traffic." Told the other deputy, said, "Come and you stay here and assist me with these prisoners, with these Negroes." He called us Negroes. With these Negroes. So he said, "Now they're entitled to a meal." He said, "Now you eligible for bail. You can bail out." He said, "We take cash, check, and money out." He said, "And your bail for the two of you a piece is $150 each."
That was a lot of money, you know.
So he said, "But in the meantime, you're entitled to one phone call according to laws and protocols of the statutes of the state." He said, "Now, as far as meals," he said, "you'll be getting, first we're going to give you a meal, but and you'll get lunch. And you be here until you either post bail or trial." He said, "And trial will be taking place effectively within 24 hours.
Wow.
We get tried in 24 hours. So he said, "No, don't worry. The judge and the jury, no jury trial." He said, "Just judge and the defendants." So I said, "Oh." He said, "Well, at least we get a phone call and trial, but goddamn, man, that's a lot of goddamn money, bro." He said, "Where gonna get that from?" He said, we haven't even sold no damn paper, and and the little money I got for traveling and gas and stuff and expenses." He said, it could pay for one of us, but not both of us, because we just got $150. We could bail out of here. I could bail myself out, but he said, "Okay, let's see." The phone call said, "We'll call the matches and let them know what happened." At that time, we called Temple, couldn't issue this long. So he said, "Okay." So they called. So we called Captain John and told him what happened, and told him, and he on how to send the money, where to send it, how to make the money, all that. And we're gonna send it telegram, what they call the Western Union, and the sheriff could pick it up. And he gonna waste no time. Once he get that goddamn money in his hand, now he gonna have court. He gonna release us, but on your own recognizance.
Wow.
But guess what? He the judge. That's my point. He came and he gonna perform the judge role. He right in front of us.
You mean he was the sheriff and the judge?
He touched the judge. He got a judge uniform, and right in front of us, he put the damn uniform, the judge uniform on, right in front of us.
You kidding me?
And he sat down in his chair and managed to grab a bap. Hear you. Court is now in session.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's the kangaroo court. It means that the lawman and the judge is one.
It's the same person. The
kangaroo the motherfucker arrests you, and he monitored the whole damn thing.
Wow.
I mean, one side.
And then he turned into the judge. That's a kangaroo court.
That's a kangaroo court. Now, I'm in this kangaroo court. Now, this same thing happened to Jesus. When you speak about Pharisees, you're speaking about lawmen. Pharisees means lawmen.
Yeah.
And being that the Pharisees were lawmen, the lawmen is the ones who arrested Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's their boss.
Yeah.
Who is going to be the judge over Jesus. That's their boss who's saying what's the charge. So they bring him in, and this court is now in session. Wee hours of the night, midnight. Snatch Jesus up out of his bed. Jack him up, let's go. What's happening? Jacking him up, hey, shut up, let's go. Didn't get time to put clothes on. Jacking them up, hustling. No witnesses. No witnesses. Nobody saw this. It just recorded. But you don't know who did the recording because this is not the gospel. It's ghostwriters. You don't know who John is. John who? Luke who? Ghostwriters. First name.
Ghostwriters.
Yeah. And it's not the real Luke because it's according to. It's not the what Luke said. According to Luke who? And who is doing the recording of what Luke said? It's not Luke.
Right.
So it's ghostwriters.
Okay.
So you got a ghostwriter story.
Okay.
The story and said that these men was inspired, which means they was filled with the Spirit. And you say, a spirit of who? You say, oh God, how you know it was God's Spirit? He fulfilled. These are ghostwriters. You know what it is. But anyway, getting back to the real nitty gritty. Jesus was jacked up, brought directly, nonstop, from his bed into the courtroom, jacked up by 4 men, arresting officials who was Pharisees, before a Pharisee chief judge, law judge, not just a judge, a law judge, a Pharisee judge, a judge who administered law broke decree. If you break the law, he decreed whether you're going to die, live or die, what your punishment going to be. So they brought him before that judge, who was their boss, and no witness, no spectators, just these 4 people filing the charge and stating what the claim or the charges are to this Pharisee. He said, here, he quoted his 9th section. What are the charges? Who is the defendant? The defendant's name is Jesus of Nazareth, son of Mary. What is the claim charge against him? Claim charge, he say he's a son of God. Pardon me? Well, sir, first law, I, the Lord your God, is what? One God. Therefore, worship me. Worship none other besides me. God neither beget nor is begotten. Jewish law, language, in the Hebrew original tongue or Aramaic tongue, ever declare God being associate or having sons. It's against the language law. It's against the laws of the Hebrews, the laws of Islamic, and the laws of God. Bibles, Torahs, Qurans. It's against the law. God don't want no associate, have no associate. He birthed no one. He don't give offspring. He's mono. Mono means one. Theist means God. The idea, the concept of being God is incoherent for anyone of the Hebrew, Aramaic, or the Semitic language. He must think outside of the box that God has gotten a son. What an outrage that they say God has begotten a son. So they're saying Jesus did this. So he broke law. He broke God's law. He broke the 10th commandment. To death. And said that he declared himself God. So they asked Jesus, when they brought him up, they said that that's what Jesus did. So the judge looked at Jesus and said, are you the Son of God? He again pointed to the 4 fools that brother said, they say I am. They said I am. So he knows this. So he gonna find Jesus guilty anyway. Because this is just the game. Why? Because Pontius Pilate need an official document that he must sign to have Jesus killed for breaking Jewish law. So they took it to Pontius Pilate. They found him guilty, and they wanted, and so they gave it to Pontius Pilate. Jews' law was you'd be stoned to death. Jews didn't hang people. Rome hung people. So
the Jews didn't crucify Jesus. The Romans did.
No.
No?
I'm gonna tell you why no. Because you got to go further and read the story. When Pontius Pilate said, okay, what's the charge? They said he broke law. He declared us to be son of God, and our laws and our books say he's to be put to death.
Yeah.
And so therefore, we want you to sign a creed so we could perform our duty.
Mm-hmm.
So Pontius Pilate said, I signed this, and but I wiped my hand of his blood.
Mm-hmm.
This blood is on your hand, not
Mm-hmm.
mine. Because that's your law. That's y'all. I'm just signing and
Mm-hmm.
doing my duty.
Mm-hmm.
But do your duty. And whatever your duty is, this man's blood is on your hands. I washed my hands of it. That was Pontius Pilate.
Mm-hmm.
So did the Jews kill Jesus? Now, let's see what happened. The book said that they took Jesus, supposedly. They got many stories now. I'm going to show you one story. One story said that when Jesus was in Pontius Pilate's chambers, Pontius Pilate brought Jesus, said that when he was in the chambers, said they had a discussion. There's a lot of hints in the Bible that lets you know that no one killed Jesus. It said Pontius Pilate's wife
Mm-hmm.
was concerned about Jesus
Mm-hmm.
incident, and she was, you could say, advocating for Jesus
Mm-hmm.
behalf to her husband, the
Mm-hmm.
governor. And however, Pontius Pilate, knowing Jesus was an innocent man,
Mm-hmm.
didn't believe none of the dumb stuff. However, Pontius Pilate, it says a disguise took us in place in his chamber. A disguise took. There's some stories that says a disguise took place in the chambers of Pontius Pilate.
A disguise
Yes.
took place in the
Yes.
chambers.
So the disguise took place. At the
What
time
does
Jesus
that
was there,
mean?
disguise means that you're masquerading. A masquerade took place.
Okay.
In other words, somebody else could be in his place.
Okay.
But anyway, he says disguise, but he used the word disguise took place. A masquerade. And said that when the people was demanding, said they had Barabbas, some type of a thief, I think it was supposed to have been a thief or a murderer.
Yeah.
Remember, there was two on the cross,
Mm-hmm.
but Barabbas was somebody, I think it was a thief or murder. I forget exactly which one. But anyway, it was a crime that constituted death. And said that when he took the man, and he started changing the language to the man.
Mm.
How you know he changed the language to the man? Because the book says, Pontius Pilate, and the people say, who shall one go free and one be put to death? So they wanted to take and set Barabbas free,
Mm-hmm.
the guilty man. And Jesus is supposed to have died in his place.
Mm.
But the book speaks about this incident as being a disguise took place in Pontius Pilate's chamber. So what happened, when they took Jesus, when they come out and people demanding free Barabbas, and then they Hosanna, Hosanna. Jesus, when they say Hosanna, Hosanna, they used to praise Jesus, Hosanna, Hosanna the Great. But now the people saying, remember Jesus was coming to the town and palm leaves on the donkey, and the people called him Hosanna, Hosanna.
Yeah.
Those same people is now saying, crucify, crucify.
Wow.
So now when Jesus in times of trouble and trial and tribulation, these same people is there
Right.
ruling that he be crucified.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, crucify, crucify. So when they brought Jesus, when Pontius Pilate brought Jesus out, he said, okay, Barabbas go free, the guilty man go free, and Jesus, the innocent man, crucify, crucify. Said, here, told the people, here, take the man called Jesus. That's the way the Bible language put it.
Mm-hmm.
Take the man called Jesus. So get the word disguise and call and equate them.
Mm.
Somebody's called Jesus, which means that it was really the reverse way around. Barabbas is the man called Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And set this man free, let Barabbas go free, is the man, Mary's son. If you get the gist of what the story and the hints in the story, disguise, and take the man called, so this is what he said. He didn't say take Jesus, son of Mary, or take Jesus, the guilty man. He said they used the word call. And this word called is very important for every Christian to recognize every time this word is called in Jesus' case. He shall be called the Son of Emmanuel.
Mm-hmm.
He shall be called His name shall be called Jesus. His name shall be, or he shall be called, or his name shall be called Emmanuel. Take the man called Jesus. He shall be called a son of God.
Mm-hmm.
Why this call keep on being pop up in there?
Why?
Because the book, the Christian Bible that's for the wizard mind.
Oh, it's for the wizard mind, like
Yes,
Khalid the wizard.
like Abdul Khalid,
Exactly.
a mind like mine. So I look at the nature of the Quran and the nature of the Bible, and look at what the Quran is saying. I told the people, and I tell them, everybody, I see nothing in the Bible that contradicts what's in the Quran. I see nothing in the Quran that contradicts what's in the Bible. I do see something in the Bible that's not in the Quran, and I see something in the Quran that's not in the Bible, but I see no contradiction. The Quran told me to go back, take a look again at the creation, look again at the book. Who book? Christian book. Book of the people. People of the book. Christians, Jews, and Muslims are people of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Said, look at their book. The truth of this Quran is in there. If the Quran said they killed Jesus not, then look again at the book and search thoroughly. Take Jesus' word over anybody's word in that book. Believe Jesus. Believe the prophets and the prophets only. Nobody else. Don't give a damn about John, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and all them disciples. Because Jesus even had to chastise some of them for lying in the first place. Peter lied 3 times before the rooster could cock twice.
Yep.
So believe Jesus. After he's gone, still believe him. Don't damn what Peter say. Damn what Paul say, anybody else. John, all of them. Stick to what Jesus said, and if you got them red letters, hold tight to them. Because it contradicts all the dumb stuff. If Jesus said no man took my life, the Quran said no man took Jesus' life, then Jesus, Quran, Bible, and the prophet is right, and God. Against all of those other stories and suggestions, and because the Quran said that it was made fair seemingly so to them that they had killed Jesus. He said they killed, best of us surely they killed him not. For God, he prayed. That man prayed. The book said Jesus prayed like hell. Sweat. His face was beating with sweat. He probably lost weight. And his gown probably looked like it was too big for him. Because he lost so much weight. Praying, begging, pleading God not to let them take his life. This man didn't want to die on no cross. God didn't send him for that. God sent this man to deliver his message of revelation and give it to the Jews and the Jews only. He was not sent to the Gentile. That was not Jesus' mission. That was not his call. Even a Gentile woman that claimed was Egyptian or Canaanite said, give me something. She was a non-Jew. So she said, give me some of the food that you're giving them Hebrews, or them, the Israelites. Give me some of the bread. So Jesus said, this meat is not for dogs. That's what the Bible said. It said he called a woman a dog. This meat is not for dogs. It's meant only for the lost children of Israel. It's not meant for dogs. So the woman said, yes, but even the dog is worthy of the crumbs from the master's table. So Jesus still reluctant. And the 12 disciples pressured Jesus. She wanted Jesus to heal her child. So Jesus did. Under the pressure from the disciples, they coerced him and gave her and her child healed. But Jesus knew his mission was tailor-made, and he had to obey God in the strictest sense. Keep it for the Jews and the Jews only. So Jesus actually was sent to the Israelites, but it said that he was looking for the Israelites, but he was sent to the Jews. What's the difference between Israelites and Jews? Big difference. Jews at the time was practicing a religion called Judaism. Judaism is that's not the religion of the original Israelites. That's not the religion of Hebrews. That's not the religion of Abraham. Judaism didn't exist. The word didn't exist. Judah's damn self didn't exist. You got to wait till you get a whole lineage of Jacob families till you somebody birth Judah. And Judah is one of the tribes. You know,
The 12 tribes.
yeah, he's one of the leaders of the son of Jacob and one of the 12 sons of Jacob. And he got a birth of offsprings that's gonna keep the tradition of the name Judah till finally you get the religion Judaism from his descendants who are gonna name themselves that. Why? Because they had broken the covenant. They was all Israelites. There was no Judah. There was a tribe of Judah, but the tribe was united as Israelites. And honor the great righteous name that God gave Jacob when he changed it to Israel. So when the tribe of Judah and all of them, all their brothers, Benjamites and Manassehs and all of them, they was all Israelites. So Israel is going to get in a big war at the most crucial time with the Assyrians. This is at the most crucial moment. The Jews, the tribe of Judah, and Manasseh's little brothers got together and decided that they're going to de-Israelize themselves and get their own nation and become independent.
How are they going to do that? The war?
Same way America war did it. Yeah, it's going to be. Remember, they had a war within Israel with their own brothers. So if you have war with the king, you don't want to be ruled by him in the damn more. So what do? You go get your own goddamn king and your own damn. So anytime there's a split, that's also called a civil war. That's what it was, a civil war. But the civil war was going on, but while they fighting each other, a bigger threat is out there called the Assyrians, which is today called Iranians. And Iranian history connected to Persians and Syrians. They're the same people. And Babylon, Syrians, and all that, Iranian. Now, today it's called Iran. But at that particular time, it was the Assyrians. Rome was still a nation, but the Syrians weren't fighting Rome. They fighting Israel. they want to fight Israel. They didn't want to fight Rome. They ain't at war. They in Rome ain't fighting. But Assyrians got a problem, whereas they want to attack Israel. So the Assyrians is coming at Israel, and Israel at this moment is fighting now. And Assyrians wants to attack a house divided against itself, cannot stand.
So they got defeated.
Damn right. They got the cowboy shit started fighting. So while they around there fighting each other, here's what's happening. The tribe of Judah is going to betray the tribe of Israel. First, they say we don't want to we don't want you being our king anymore. We don't recognize you as a king. We got our own damn king. You said okay. So the Israelite king said, "Damn, bro, this is wrong time for that shit, man. We got a bigger problem out there, man." Said, "Come on, man, let's stay together. You know, we're in a covenant of God. We got a covenant with God, and we break this covenant. We done broke the covenant with God. We're in trouble with God, not just the damn Assyria. We got a greater problem than that if we break this covenant. I don't give a damn. I'm breaking this shit, man. I'm tired of your ass. We got our own king, bro. This is where it got to be." So the king of Israel said, "Well, damn. Well, I got to keep you together." And they kept on fighting. Syrians said, "Yeah, this shit looking good. Licking their chops. We can get all that booty, boy. Look at all them fine, beautiful things. look at that damn boy's booty."
The boy?
Yeah, because they gazed. You know, the Syrians didn't know damn. They like Sodom and Gomorrah. They're sodomites. These people ain't no picnic.
Like Iranians?
No, I'm talking about the time.
Yeah, okay. I'm just checking.
Iranian can't do that because they're on Islamic law. As long as you keep Islamic law, the law don't tolerate that.
So the Assyrians wasn't under Islamic law?
They was not under God's law. That's what the Islamic law is talking about, God's law.
Okay.
Law, peace. So anyway, the laws that Moses brought.
Okay.
That Abraham was under the covenant.
Right.
Of Abraham, that's what it's talking about.
Okay.
Laws of Moses and the covenant of Abraham. So they was up under that. Not the Syrians, but the Israelites. The Israelites were breaching that. You know, they started practicing things that was anti God's law. So anyway, what happened? They the tribe of Judah went under the cover of secrecy and darkness, the blind side of the king of Israel. He didn't even know they had the audacity to do some shit like this. They went. So the king of Syria said, okay, this shit is signed, sealed, and delivered. But I'm telling you right now, make sure that when you start kicking your 10 brothers' asses, it's 12 tribes, you got, when we kick the 10 tribes' ass, don't your ass be a party. Because if you do, this creed is breach, and your goddamn ass is grass. So he said, when you ain't got no beef from us, an enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine. They call their brother an enemy, but the Syrians their friend. The enemy is now your friend, and your brother is your damn
enemy. Wow.
See, this is before Jesus. This is gonna be when God gonna say, "I'm gonna renew your covenant." Now that you have broken the covenant, oh Israel. See, Syrians gonna leave Israel alone. They're gonna keep it, keep the covenant, and leave them alone. Not Israel, but the tribe of Judah, and say, "Let you be." This covenant signed, you can go ahead on and rule yourself and have autonomy. But I'm kicking this booty. So they said that the Jews, the tribe of Judah, this all in the Bible. What I'm telling you, it says that they heard gashing of teeth, they heard weeping and wailing, hollering and screaming, moaning.
That sounds like hell.
Yeah. Well, what happened? They was being raped. Somebody tearing somebody's son in the butt. Somebody slaughtering the whole damn family. They taking the young virgins and turn them into whores, and they just turn them out like America did African Americans when they brought our ancestors over there. That's us. What's the Bible is nothing but your and my history in code. So they gave it back to you. They used to do it in the military. They would put your history in code, your records in code, and they'll give it to you before internet and all this. When I was going in, they did it to me. They gave me. They don't do that no more because they could do it by, computer.
Yeah.
They didn't have computers like that. So they gave me my records. You get on the plane with your damn records, and you carry your own goddamn records to your next duty station. You losing records, you lost your own ass.
Wow.
This is the same way they did the Bible. They put our history in code, and they gave us the Bible, which is our history. And when you read, you think you're reading about some shit that happened to them. That's my asked brother. How in the hell those Jews talk about they was in bondage 400 years ago, and we was in bondage 400 years here? Which 400 years was that two Jews or two people rather, African Americans and some goddamn Jews, 2,000 some odd years ago in bondage under Moses, 2,000 years ago, and then here in America? You mean to tell me two people is recorded as 400-year history of slavery, bondage, suffering, shame, and death? I said, if it's true, then tell the Jew to bring his goddamn history and mine in the United States and his 400 years. Tell him to bring that shit. He said, it's in the Bible, bro. I said, well, I got the Bible, bro. This is my Bible. Sound like my goddamn history. Well, shitting me. You Jews wrote the Bible. You Jews not only wrote the Bible, you edited the Bible, you print the Bible, you control the Bible, and you control the information in it. But yet, our people love this Bible. Our people tell you, and we got some of them out there saying that, bro, we the Israelites. Hebrew Israelites and all of them run around. I'm trying to tell you, we the Israelites, brother. We the Christians. Them motherfuckers are fake and phony. So somebody's lying. In other words, Israelites say somebody's lying, bro.
Well, who lying?
The thing is, oh, brother, it's prophesied. The book, it prophesied. It's prophecy, and Moses was real. How is it prophecy if Moses is real? And the story did happen under Moses 400,000 years ago. How is it prophecy if it happened under Moses? And that means that it happened, fulfilled, is no longer prophecy. But 400 years later, sound like some kind of prophecy being fulfilled in the United States for African Americans for another than for your people.
Mm.
What's real, bro? The Bible real? Well, the Bible got a lot of problems. The Bible came true, bro. My dear beloved people, understand the Bible, understand Christian history, understand how Christianity came from. Bro, I don't know my history. I wonder who I am. Black awareness, black consciousness. We need Black History Month for me to understand my history. We need Kwanzaa. We need Kutu Kinte.
Why is this tickling you?
Because African American people have me laughing like shit, man. When I be talking to them, the brother don't get it. Well, brother, everything that Bible is coming through today. It's coming through now. Well, first of all, let me give you some background. This story is still about Alexander the Great now. And it's still about the story of Alexander. We're going to get back to it, and then it helps you understand the Bible, your history, and who's the Israelites. And whether or not Black American people fulfill that scripture that says, my people in a strange land, afflicted by a strange people for 400 freaking years. My people have lost their identity and don't know themselves. But when God comes for his people, they got to know his voice. And they're going to respond to the voice of God and come back to their religion, their roots,
Right.
and the calling that God had originally indebted them to. That is the religion and the faith
Okay.
of Moses, Abraham, and all the prophets, including Muhammad.
Okay.
That religion is Islam. And that's what happened. But anyway, let's show how this progressed from the time of Alexander the Great. Now let's go back into Alexander the Great and where I left off at with him in terms of Herodias and him being offspring.
Okay.
Alexander the Great, Herodias' son, she raised him and told him he's a god and that his father was Zeus. Zeus, as you know, is
It's
the Greek
mythology.
Well, we could say that.
Okay.
But what does Zeus mean? Who is Zeus?
Zeus means God, right?
No.
No, what does it mean?
You'd say God in that language is Theo.
Theo. What does Zeus mean? Zeus.
Zeus means Jesus. It's how you, instead of using the J, they use the Z.
Oh.
So Zeus is Jesus. Now, Zeus is the Greek god of Greece.
Mm-hmm.
He's the god. And they built temples and statues, everything. So Zeus is the way you said Jesus in the Greek language.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, you change the Z to H, you get Jesus. Mm-hmm. Jesus is the way you said Jesus in Latin. Mm-hmm. It's the Latin name that is equivalent to the Hebrew, the Aramaic Jesus, or Yeshua. Yeshua is Aramaic, Yeshua. And then you got Joshua, is Hebrew. Same as Moses' brother, Joshua. And Joshua, many people don't know, it means, it's the same as saying Jesus, Zeus, or Jesus. Now, when you get into Aramaic, Aramaic is Yeshua. In Arabic, what you call Arabic, the proper term is Arabia, or since they anglicized it and called it Arabic, and that's what people understand. In Arabic, it is Esau. This is Issa or Esau. Sometimes they spell it with the I, sometimes they spell it with the E. The vowel don't matter. It still means the same thing. It's just a matter of accent in the dialect. So some cases in the Quran you see I-S-A, some you see the E-S-U-A. Or the I-S-U-A.
S-A.
Or the some use the eliminate the U, but it's some include two
Mm-hmm.
vowels. But a lot of times I see ISUA.
Mm-hmm.
But these vowels don't matter because they're dealing with accent in this case,
Mm-hmm.
like north, south.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's saying a different accent, but they
Mm-hmm.
talk about the same. And it's the same language.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: when you get into from Latin, how do you say Jesus in Spanish? Jose,
Joshua.
Jose,
Uh-huh.
Jose. How do you say God in Spanish? Dios.
Dios.
Jesus is Jose. So you'll see Dios and Jose in the Spanish Bible.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Spanish, in the Latin Bible, though you got a bunch of Spanish people here, since they're Catholic, if he's a Protestant, Spanish or Latin, he says Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And his Bible says Jose.
Mm-hmm.
His Bible says Dios
Mm-hmm.
for God. But if he's a Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
Latin or Spanish, his Bible says Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And his Bible says Theo. Now, here's the thing. See, in different languages, God has said different. In different languages, Jesus said different.
Mm-hmm.
English is Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the last spelling for Jesus. Because English is the last language. English became an official language in 1392. And in the 5th century, English became an official language in 5th century AD. Prior to that, all the languages existed.
Mm-hmm.
After 5th century AD, there's been no new language.
Mm-hmm.
English is the last one. King James Bible came into effect in 1611. It was complete. In 1616, it was official.
Mm-hmm.
And King James said, my version is it. Burn all others. Destroy all others. No by the Bible but mine shall rhyme.
Mm.
Oh, you
Yeah,
answer?
go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So that's how we get King James Bible. There was no King James version prior to 1600s
Right.
or 1611. However, the only version that did come before King James in this same century as King James
Yeah.
is Tyndale. Tyndale was the chief scribe of all of the
Go ahead, keep talking.
yeah. He was the chief scribe during the time of King James. He was the chief, and any Bible in terms of the English language that came into existence for the very first time, it was because of this chief named Tyndale, which he did it his damn self.
Mm.
So he produced the English Bible for the English speaking people to understand. So this is the first Bible in English. He's going to have to be killed. They got all kind of myth about why he was killed and how he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
But there are those that say King James had to kill. And because he refused to obey his command, will to put in certain versions that he wanted
Mm-hmm.
to ensure him king and power
Mm-hmm.
and more power, more authority.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyndale resisted. And he said, you guys, he had him killed, burned, and all kind of ways to say he was killed. But anyway, Tyndale, the book lived. King James is not going to allow it to circulate because his got to circulate, his version. So
Right.
he took from Tyndale and modified it with his version because he want more power.
Mm-hmm.
And he got Tyndale Bible, took a back seat.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to destroy him and burn him. Every other Bible in English and in every other language is to be burned out of King James realm, not allowed to flourish.
Mm-hmm.
Because his version got to dominate. He needs power.
Right.
So this man, he kept spreading and expanding and growing and converting and conquering people till they said England at one time had dominated and was the strongest power, and nobody was stronger than it And it was. It got a strong history of power and dominance. But notice, Britain is just a goddamn island.
Hmm.
England is a king. All of that is that's under his dominance in terms of that particular island. An island surrounded by water. Britain. Where Prince Charles and Queen Elizabeth at. It ain't that big, one of the smallest goddamn shit in Europe.
Really?
Not the smallest, but it's one of them. But it got all that goddamn power. Because of the Bible. Because they use the name God to get this power. In the name of God. Now, when you start talking about the Bible in terms of Catholicism, they was up on the Catholic.
Yeah.
The king of Israel, Judah told the king of Israel, you don't rule me no damn more. I rule the divine right. I got my own kingdom. I got my own Bible in the English language. He didn't start talking this shit until he got the Bible in the English language. And he's one of the first. But everybody else followed suit. All these damn kings answered to the Pope. And the Pope was the father. Father. But Mary, as a goddess. In other words, my sister, Zeus as being Greek. God, the God of Greece. And in terms of Mary, you got to understand that Zeus and Rome, Zeus started as a religious order and was a temple. Mary was a religious order and they had a statue and a temple of her. Though Mary, Jesus, and all that don't exist because they were not Greek.
Right.
But why is Greek taking a non-Greek and his mother, and Rome and Greece taking the mother and the son as an icon of their faith and religion? It's because, number one, the Israelites could not defeat the Romans nor the Greeks in physical combat, but he's defeated with spiritual power. Because the original Romans and Greeks are not Jews, but the original spiritual leaders are. And they're going to suck in spiritually, religiously, the Roman people influence and tenor for love of Mary and Jesus. These people don't know who Mary and Jesus was. Only the Jews knew. So the Jews are going to tell them something that's going to captivate their soul. So they're going to gravitate.
So that same formula is still being applied today.
Exactly. They kept on because it's working good. It was good. It was a good plan. It ain't just
it ain't broke. Don't fix it, right?
Right. It ain't just Greeks and Romans. God damn it, they go to the Russians and every damn body else and all of Europe and goddamn African American and the Indians and all this shit. Latins, all these goddamn Indians over here. They came and got their ass whooped by these same damn people who said Jesus is God. Why? Because Great Britain said so. France said so. Spain said so. They brought this shit to the American shore and got these Indians sucked them in with that. So that shit working good, man.
Well, listen,
this gravy.
We have gone on for an hour and 15 minutes, and we don't never want to do super extra long videos. So go ahead and conclude it.
But the main issue is this. The Alexandrites, they found the Catholic religion. The soldiers, when Alexander the Great died, they asked who's going to be the leader after you. He said, actually told them, whoever's the strongest. That means God, that means gonna be war with your ass, and whoever dominate, yeah, cause I'm out of here. So anyway, when Alexander left, that's going to become apostolic fathers. So when you speak about those spiritual leaders, such as Eusebius, Arius, Philo, Athanasius, and all these apostolic fathers who sat down and had dialogue about the nature of Jesus, whether he was God or human. And then they eventually decide that Jesus, the Christian religion, and Jesus being a God of that faith, human and God at the same time. This happened at the Nicaea Council in going back to second, and it took on about 100 some councils. But prior to that, they had declared at the Nicaea Council that Jesus is the Son of God, and that Jesus is the God of the Christian religion. Now, Catholicism is older than Christianity.
Right.
Catholicism was in the world about 200 years, 300 to the most, but every bit of 200, prior to the advent of Jesus. Catholicism was in practice,
right,
and in business. Now, you're going to get the Nicaea Council. This is when Jesus is going to be established as a
deity.
As a deity. But Mary was already. Now, when you start talking about the Alexandrites, these are priests, but in this army, they're his soldiers. And they eventually established themselves. But what they were before that, they were priests already, right, but they were soldiers at the same time. But they're going to become political prince. Prince and priest is the same damn thing.
Right.
It's just that one is characterized political, and the other is characterized as absolute spiritual. So use an absolute priest, you're non-political. But if you use a priest exercising political and spiritual power, then use a prince, but you're still a priest.
Right.
But in terms of Alexander, they was generals. So they was princes and priests. And they established cities and they found religion. The city and the religion go together. And Antioch was a church, a place of worship, and a city. You didn't have a city without a place of worship. Now, the first place of worship that the Catholics established was they took over the Israelite temple. Because they were Jews already and members of the temple already. But they're going to change the names. You're going to get Atima. But before the name was changed to Atima, it was Diana. Anybody know who Diana is?
Diana Ross?
No. Diana in the Bible. Jacob had some sons. But he had sons. One of them name was Dan. Remember Dan?
Jacob, Dan, yeah.
But that was Jacob's nephews. Probably not. Diana was the only daughter from Jacob. He had 12 sons and one daughter.
One daughter.
They don't like to talk about the daughter in Christians too much, but you need to talk about it because she's very important. Because you know consequences that if he was to, and since he spoiled her.
Right.
But the brother said, no, we don't think so. Them brothers got together. Said, fuck that shit, Dad, and him talking. That shit old. Said, what you got? Said, listen, it's 12 of us. And they love their sister. They ain't like that shit. She didn't like it. Nobody liked it, but the father trying to reconcile with peace and no bloodbath. The 12 brothers got together and said, man, we gonna take this motherfucker out. Man, look at bro. Y'all down with me, man? Yeah, man. He take his ass out. Some brothers got together, came with the plot, said, yeah, how we gonna do this? Gonna wait till everybody sleep at wee hours a night. Go and kill every motherfucker in there. His ass, his dad, fuck them all, bro. So the brothers got together, and they was dead ass serious as a heart attack. They went inside, their dad sleep, everybody sleep, and you didn't hear no noise. They did it quietly, swiftly, covertly, and goddamn it, they did it absolutely, thoroughly. Did a thorough job, wiped out every shit in the house, killed every damn body. that was living. The maid, the butler, and go, but you probably spot as dead.
Probably animals too.
Yeah, innocent bystander. Somebody in that body being innocent might have just been spending the night. He killed his ass. I'm going, but he killed everybody. So next morning, that blood bath took place. Next morning, he got up, and the dad, looking to have this conference, discovered that, damn son, what? Who do this shit? Yeah, y'all did this shit. Dad scared, shaking criminally. Damn man, you know the consequence of this. These people got brothers, offsprings, and dukes, and all kind of other shit come at your ass. You know, other kings and shit. Y'all got, man. It's time for us to pack up, and get the hell out of Dodge. Dad was mad at him, but Dad knew it's time to go. It's time to book, cause you know somebody gonna miss these people, and they're gonna want to know. And we still here. No, we ain't. So Dad gone, right?
Okay. So we're gonna stop it right here when Dad is gone, and the next time we meet, we're gonna pick it up from this point, because we have gone an hour and 23 minutes.
You know I'm just reminiscing, right?
No, you.
Oh, it's for me. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, no problem.
Nah, it's good. I enjoyed every bit of it. You're a great storyteller. You know, we listen to you, and it's like we can see what you're talking about 4,000 years ago. That's pretty damn good.
Anyway, I appreciate everything you're doing for me.
Look, we appreciate you.
I ain't never nobody like you from New York, but I met some good people. That you know, they had your enthusiasm.
Oh, okay.
But some good people come to New York. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Female wise, most of the males they full of shit. They kind of want to run gang. You got to damn near kill one of them niggas.
Oh Lord.
Try to shit you out of money, and set you up. All
Oh
kind of
Lord.
stuff. I mean, they still running that doggone gangster activity that they got going on up there. Blackstone Rangers and all that turf war shit. You see, I'm gonna let you go, but we had Nation of Islam had a problem because it was infiltrated by the Blackstone Rangers. So when you start reading about all them
The
gangsters,
heck is the Blackstone Rangers? The Black Cowboys in Brooklyn, New York?
Yeah, the Blackstone Rangers, one of the earliest groups. They was turf. You know, they had turf wars with other gangsters. You know, and then they tried to form a unification under the title of Rukon and try to put all the gangs together. And this when Farrakhan came to fact. But mind you, Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a gangster. And Honorable Elijah Muhammad knew how to organize and bring. But when he got his card from Farah, he used that ingenuity of how to organize gangs. He only weighed 135 pounds. He was 5'3". But he ruled big men with big muscles. And what Elijah said goes. And Elijah, he was a brainiac, he was a genius. And he's organized gangs and stuff, but when he decided to stop that, he married. And his wife used to pick him up. He was a drunk. His wife used to pick him up, bring him home on her shoulders. And, you know, because he done got drunk and couldn't feed his family. He had a hard time like we do. He only had a third grade education, went to the third grade. So you can't do shit with that, you know, and got a damn family. So his wife used to go to the brother, his older brother, Nathaniel, and he used to help feed and take care of Elijah's family. But when Elijah met Farad Muhammad, he now become a genius and a powerful man, owning banks and all this kind of stuff. So Elijah had a lot of he was able to attract the people who the Muslims, like Noble Ali, couldn't attract. He attracted the elite, the higher minded. But he couldn't reach, his science was too low to reach the lower minded, the lesser mind that was in the gutter, the most deadly and dangerous nigga ever lived. Niggas who rob, kill, and kill your ass in a heartbeat. If you step on his damn foot, they'll beat your ass, not to the end of life, to the death of your life, to the grave. That's what these niggas do. So Elijah got that type of nigga. So Elijah had the most dangerous niggas on the planet that ever been born in America. So with these type of niggas, the job got to get done. So then Elijah started attracting some of the intelligent, brilliant people like Farrakhan with degrees. Because his level of consciousness of the people had done rose up to the level that Farad had raised him to a greater consciousness and greater height. So Elijah became dominant than Noble Ali and all the Muslims here, black-wise. that had these black Muslim organizations trying to raise. That's why the Nation of Islam became more dominant, because of the effect that Elijah had, and he attracted somebody like Malcolm
Right.
and Farrakhan. So now that's why the Nation. But the Nation of Islam is not to be standing still in the psychology and the teachings of Farrakhan. It's supposed to